Well guys, it looks like this is finally going to be the week where we get the announcement and reveal for the next generation Nintendo Switch 2. And I know what you're thinking, Aero, you said this a million times last year and it's never happened. What makes this any different? Well, for one, we have one of the most credible leakers within the entire gaming industry saying that this is going to happen this week, and he also gave a concrete date for exactly what day this is going to happen. And after this information came out, a lot of other reputable news outlets and big publishers like Eurogamer and Video Games Chronicle and a lot of these other ones started corroborating this, saying that they've heard similar things. And so once all of these big websites start talking about it, it definitely feels like something is on the horizon. Now, all of this started this morning when Nate the Hate uploaded the latest episode of his podcast where they were giving predictions for Nintendo's 2025. And Nate the Hate is one of the most credible leakers that we have within the gaming industry. This man has gotten so many things correct, from exactly when Nintendo Directs are going to happen, brand new Nintendo game announcements. Obviously, he doesn't have a 100% track record because no leaker is ever going to be like flawless, but he does have a lot more things correct than he's gotten incorrect. And so he finally came out today saying that he can tell us that the reveal for the next-gen Nintendo Switch is going to happen this Thursday, January 16th. And I know when I first heard this, I was like, there's really no way that this can happen because this is the exact same day that Donkey Kong Country Returns HD is coming out for the current Nintendo Switch. And I know that that's an old game that's basically getting like an HD port, but I really thought that Nintendo wouldn't want to have any reveals or anything during the week that this is going to happen, which is pretty much why I ruled out this week entirely to get any type of Nintendo Switch 2 related announcement, because I was like, this is going to be Donkey Kong's week. We're just going to have the new game come out, and then after that, it'll be kind of cleared up for all the stuff that's going to happen after, and then they can do the announcement for the Nintendo Switch 2. So I wasn't expecting anything to happen until like the very last week of January, maybe like early February. But now that this is coming out from Nate the Hate, it seems like I guess Nintendo just doesn't care about this, which does make sense because it is an old game and it's not like there's going to be millions and millions of people buying Donkey Kong Country Returns HD. So it seems like Nintendo might also be doing the reveal for their next generation console. Now, Nate did give some details about what he's heard about for the reveal, and it does sound really kind of interesting because from the way that he was describing it, he was saying that this Nintendo Switch 2 reveal is really just going to mainly focus on the hardware and is not really going to show much software in terms of games. He was saying that this reveal is really going to talk a lot about the system itself, and that games are going to have like an own separate presentation that's going to come out in February or March later down the line. So this honestly sounds really kind of bizarre because even the first reveal that we had for the Nintendo Switch, and I'm sure I'll have like footage of it playing for you guys right now, there was actually a handful of games that they showed off inside of that video. And while they didn't like reveal the games, like they didn't tell us like this is Super Mario Odyssey or anything like that, we did get to see like little glimpses and teases of like a brand new 3D Mario game being played. We got to see The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Splatoon 2, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and even some third-party games like NBA 2K and Skyrim. And so to think that the Nintendo Switch 2 reveal might not show any types of games at all, it is definitely something that really kind of makes you wonder what exactly the reveal is going to be like then, because I don't really see how they can really just kind of talk about the system itself, and it doesn't really feel like the system is going to be like insanely different from the current Nintendo Switch. And I mean, we've kind of seen all the leaks about it. They'll probably go over like the new magnetic Joy-Cons that are going to attach to it, the bigger screen on it, maybe what that new C button does, and maybe like that mouse laser pointer that's on the Joy-Con, but I don't really see how it warrants like an entire video just about the system itself. But I guess that seems like what Nintendo is planning for this reveal, so I guess don't really be surprised if we don't see like any types of new games or teases like that inside of this Switch 2 reveal. But even though this Switch 2 reveal might not have games inside of it, Nate did talk about some of the third-party games that he's heard about, which are being planned to come to the Nintendo Switch 2, and it seems like there's going to be a lot of Ubisoft games. So he was talking about a potential Mario plus Rabbids collection that's going to include both games, Rainbow Six Siege, The Division, Assassin's Creed Shadows, and there's also going to be other games like Visions of Mana, Tekken 8, Metaphor ReFantazio, Red Dead Redemption 2, and also Metal Gear Solid Delta. So these are definitely some heavy-hitting third-party games, and so just knowing about these types of games coming to the Switch 2 is definitely really nice, even if Nintendo doesn't show us like a tease for first-party games or just other games in general in terms of the reveal. And then in terms of the release date, Nate was saying that he's expecting the Nintendo Switch 2 to come out at some point in May or June, which does make sense. If they do the reveal now in January, then they'd have a few months to kind of hype up the system, have other announcements and information for it, probably a little bit of time to have like a hands-on event and stuff too for people and the press to check out the system, and then they'll have the system released in May or June, right around the summertime when people are going to be on vacation and stuff, so it definitely makes a lot of sense there. And he also did say that it looks like there is going to be a Nintendo Switch 1 focused Direct that's going to be happening in February. So the typical February Nintendo Direct that we pretty much always get, it seems like that's going to be happening next month as well, where Nintendo is going to be announcing games for the current Switch. So maybe that's the kind of like their plan that they're going to do, because he also talked about a special Switch 2 presentation, which is going to talk about a lot of the big games that are coming to the system. And that's very reminiscent of like that January Switch presentation that happened in 2017. It was actually the anniversary of that just yesterday, where it was like this huge amazing live show that happened where a bunch of Nintendo developers came in and showed off a lot of their newest games, and that's where we got the reveal for like Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Super Mario Odyssey, Splatoon 2. It was one of the best events for Nintendo ever, and so I feel like they'll probably just do something like that for the Switch 2 later down the line. So even if we don't get to see games inside of this initial reveal, it is going to be very soon where they finally show us some of the big new games that are going to be coming to the system. And really, after Nate mentioned how this is just going to be talking more about the system itself and not really much about the games, it really kind of just made me think that this is probably just going to be a reveal more so for the investors rather than the fans, because the investors can finally stop asking about when their next generation system is coming out, and Nintendo can say, well, we held to our promise, we said that it was going to be announced before the end of the fiscal year, so we did that. And there is a Nintendo investors meeting happening during the first week of February, which was one of the biggest reasons why we thought that the Switch 2 was going to be revealed before then, because they can go into this meeting and finally tell everyone, here it is, here's our next gen system, and we're going to talk about the games and all of that during a later time. So I'm really just kind of expecting this to kind of be a very basic overview of kind of what the system is going to be like, maybe like a release time frame, but we're not going to see like the exact release date or the pricing or anything like that, or we might not even see games according to Nate. So it seems like this is just going to be a very basic reveal. Kind of think about like that original 3DS video that came out that just kind of goes over like the system and the new features and stuff. It pretty much seems like it's just going to be something along that. But yeah, at this point, I'm just really happy that it looks like this extremely long wait for the next-gen Nintendo Switch is finally going to come to an end. And I mean, at this point, Nate has basically put a target on himself. If Thursday comes and goes by and we get nothing on January 16th, the entire internet is going to be after this person. But Nate is also the type of person who doesn't really just tell us something unless he has a lot of confidence and certainty that it is going to happen. So I'm sure he's heard a lot of stuff from his sources, and that's why he does believe that this is going to happen on the 16th. He's not the type of person to say like, oh, I think it's going to happen on the 16th or it might happen. He's saying, no, it is going to happen from everything that I've heard. So I'm going to put some faith into this person, and I am hoping that Nintendo does have the announcement for it at least like a day or so before, so that we actually know that it is going to happen on Thursday. I don't want them to just shadow drop a reveal like Thursday morning, because that would really suck. I want them to tell us like a day or so before. This is going to be their entire next generation system. Tell us like a day or so before too, so I don't have to go into work on Thursday and I can actually stream the reveal. That would be the best case, and I really hope that it does happen. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, definitely be sure to click that like button and also subscribe to the channel as well. I'm definitely gonna have some more videos talking about the Switch 2, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on that. Comment down below and let me know what you think about all of this. Do you think that this is finally going to be the week where we get to see the reveal for the Nintendo Switch 2? What do you think about everything? Be sure to comment down below and let me know. But if you don't have anything to say about it, just comment your favorite emoji down below for some engagement. I would really appreciate it. Go follow me on Twitter at Aero so you can be featured in videos, and also join my Discord server as well. We've got a bunch of people in there who are always talking about Pokemon and Smash Bros and Nintendo, so definitely be sure to join that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching.